For centuries, ancient Egypt has captivated the world with its incredible feats of architecture, art, and the sheer mystery surrounding its civilization. But perhaps one of the most alluring aspects of Egypt's long history is the legend of the Curse of the Pharaohs. Could it be that an ancient power protected the tombs of the long-dead kings and queens? Or is it all just a myth? Welcome to our channel, where today we unravel the terrifying mystery behind the curse of the pharaohs and the tragic fate that befell those who dared disturb the eternal slumber of King Tutankhamun. It all began in 1922 when British archaeologist Howard Carter unearthed one of the greatest finds in the history of Egyptology, the nearly intact tomb of the boy king, Tutankhamun, in the Valley of the Kings. After years of searching, Carter's persistence paid off, and he had uncovered a treasure trove of gold, artifacts, and the mummy of the boy king. The discovery caused a media sensation, but with it came whispers of a curse, a warning inscribed on the tomb walls, meant to protect the king's final resting place from those who dared enter. Carter, being a man of science, dismissed these superstitions. But what would follow was a series of tragic, inexplicable events that would cement the myth of the Pharaohs' Curse in public consciousness. One by one, members of Carter's team and those connected to the excavation began to meet untimely and mysterious deaths. The first and perhaps most famous victim of the so-called curse was Lord Carnarvon, the aristocrat who funded Carter's excavation. Just months after the tomb was opened, Carnarvon died from blood poisoning following an infected mosquito bite. His death coincided with a peculiar event. According to reports, at the exact moment of his passing, all the lights in Cairo went out. Legend also tells of his dog back in England howling at the moment of his death before suddenly dropping dead itself. These eerie coincidences sent shockwaves through the world. Following Carnarvon's death, other members of the team began to experience strange and untimely demises. George J. Gould, a wealthy financier who visited the tomb, fell sick and died of a fever shortly afterward. Arthur Mace, one of Carter's leading excavators, also succumbed to a mysterious illness, and radiologist Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, who performed x-rays on the mummy, died soon after. In total, it is claimed that over 20 people connected to the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb met with tragic ends. What caused these deaths? Was it mere coincidence, or was there something more sinister at play? Skeptics, of course, offer rational explanations for these events, such as exposure to unknown pathogens or hazardous materials sealed within the tomb for millennia. Some speculate that toxic mold or bacteria could have been responsible for these sudden deaths, hidden within the sealed air of the ancient tomb. But even science could not stop the public from speculating about a supernatural explanation. The idea of a curse protecting the tombs of the pharaohs is not without foundation in ancient Egyptian belief systems. The Egyptians placed great importance on the afterlife, going to incredible lengths to preserve their dead and ensure their protection in the world beyond. Hieroglyphs on the walls of certain tombs do indeed offer warnings, but not every tomb was marked with a so-called curse. For example, one of the inscriptions inside Tutankhamun's tomb allegedly read, historians have pointed out that no direct curse was ever found inside King Tut's tomb itself. So where did the notion of a curse really come from? Most likely, the concept was stoked by the media and sensationalist reports at the time of the discovery. The public, already fascinated by Egyptology and the mysteries of the ancient world, latched onto the idea that those who desecrated a sacred tomb would face otherworldly retribution. Tutankhamun's curse is the most famous, but it's not the only one in Egyptology. The tomb of Amenhotep III was also reputed to hold a curse. Inscriptions found within his burial chamber warned that anyone who disturbed his eternal rest would face divine wrath. Similarly, archaeologist Zahi Hawass, one of the most prominent Egyptologists of the modern era, has reported eerie occurrences when working near ancient mummies and tombs. He famously recounts that after moving artifacts from the Bahariya oasis, strange and unexplainable accidents followed him for years. Another example comes from the unearthing of the Pyramid of Unas. Workers reported hearing ghostly voices and seeing apparitions around the site even after the mummies were removed. While many skeptics dismiss these stories as psychological effects, others believe these tales are proof of lingering supernatural powers at play. So how did the legend of the curse become so deeply embedded in popular culture? The answer lies largely in the media of the 1920s. Newspapers were eager to sensationalize the mysterious deaths surrounding the tomb, fueling the belief that ancient Egyptian magic had cursed Carter's expedition. Headlines spoke of ancient evils and divine punishments, and the public, already captivated by the idea of curses and the paranormal, ate it up. This fascination carried through the decades, inspiring countless books, films, and TV shows. Hollywood, in particular, latched onto the idea of the Pharaohs Curse. The 1932 film The Mummy, starring Boris Karloff, immortalized the trope of ancient Egyptian curses wreaking havoc in the modern world. Even today, the curse of King Tut and other pharaohs continues to inspire stories in popular culture, from adventure movies to video games, feeding into our fascination with the unknown. As with many mysteries, there are rational explanations for the so-called curse of the pharaohs. Modern scientists have suggested several theories to debunk the legend. Some argue that the deaths were a result of exposure to ancient mold spores or bacteria which had been trapped inside the sealed tomb for thousands of years. These pathogens, when inhaled, could have caused severe infections, leading to the premature deaths of many involved in the excavation. And others point out that the cause of death for many team members can be attributed to more mundane factors. Lord Carnarvon, for example, already had a compromised immune system before he travelled to Egypt. Many of the other deaths attributed to the curse can be explained by natural causes unrelated to their work in the tomb. But despite these scientific explanations, the idea of a supernatural curse still persists in the public imagination. And so, was there truly a curse of the pharaohs? While modern science leans towards logical explanations, the legend lives on, fueled by eerie coincidences mysterious deaths and our unending fascination with the unknown. Whether it was an ancient protective force or simply the power of the mind and belief, the Curse of the Pharaohs remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Do you believe in the curse, or is it just a series of unfortunate events? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.